Hello and welcome to Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie and I want to welcome you to another drawing lesson, this time with pen and ink and some alcohol markers, TouchFive alcohol markers. They're kind of like the Copics and they're a lot of fun, and I'm just learning how to use them, so it kind of turns out pretty. We're doing lavender this time, so come with me and let's see how fast, fun, and easy drawing some lavender with a pen can really be. I am going to do my lavenders, and I want to put sort of a line and maybe another line coming up to it, and they're going to come together and cross down here so that we end up with a little bundle. What I want to have is some lavender. There's going to be one little stem of it coming off this way. See how that's just some lines, just swoopy lines, nothing hard here. What we're going to do is come down a little ways on one of these lines, and we're going to make some little loopy flowers. Just like that. And then we're going to make some more loops. So we have like 6 or 7 flowers, because each one of these little bits is a flower on the stem of a lavender. And then I'm going to go up just a little bit, leaving a little bit of space. I'm going to come in and make a little loop here, and sort of stack a few loops, just like that. And then maybe another one. And I'm going to just start growing this out. In sort of a fun way. I want to end up with this flower sort of being a tall spike, just like that. Now I'm going to come down on this stem just a little ways and put just a couple little petals, little flowers. Not very many, but I want it to come down showing that there's a bit of stem in between, about like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the next one over. But I'm not going to come down as far as these little guys. I'm going to stay up high and just put some of those loopy petals in, about 6 of them, and then just start filling in the cool thing about lavender is that they do feel very free form. And you notice I don't even have to have a stem up there, because I'm sort of making my own stem, just how the petals are growing, how the flowers are growing along each other. Like that. And then a couple little flower petals, flower buds, whatever they are. This one's going to have a few. It's not going to have as many. And they're going to maybe be a little bit smaller. You don't usually think of lavenders as sending out little side stalks, but they do. Especially if you have already picked lavender once in the season. They'll send out little side blooms. And then one more stem of it over here. This one's going to actually start down deeper. There you go. It makes it look a little more real if you have some of the little flowers that are drooping down on the stem. Now the leaves basically are like the flowers. They're just longer versions. So you have a long, stretched out, ovally shape. And they grow around the stems. Now, as we get down here, I want my stems to be a little bit thicker. So I can just lightly, they don't have to have too much going on there. Just a little bit, something that makes it feel like the stems could hold these flowers up. And it also gives us some places to add some leaves. Now, if the leaf crosses behind, that's even more fun. So say there's a leaf here, it's crossing up behind that one, and then coming back down to the stem. It just makes it feel a little bit more real when you have a few things crossing over. There you are. Now these leaves are darker at the base and tend to have a little bit of a center vein. Not super strong, but just a little bit. Just about like that. Maybe give it a little bit more shadow at the base. That one's going underneath of that leaf, so it can be a darker leaf. This one's going underneath, so I'll just make that one go to the back a little bit by making it darker. You have the power to put light where you want it. Now, you can put a little bit of shade or shadow deeper into your flowers here, where they join at the base. Just like that. And you see how it starts to give it a little bit more realism. Not too much. You know, these are illustrative type flowers. So they don't have to be perfect. They're not a botanical representation or a realistic botanical representation. How's that? But it's fun to do this. And I think I'm going to grab a very pale lavender color of alcohol marker and give this just the tiniest bit of color. I'm not going to worry about making these, you know, perfect colored pictures. But I think to start off with, I'm going to take this yellow-green and I'm going to go ahead and just give it a little bit of that yellow-green for the stem. Just touching and lightly going. It's not, we're not doing a perfect coloring job here. We're giving it a little hint of some colors. And then I have a purple gray color. Ugh, that's very pink. And this is my lighter color, so I'm actually, wow, that's very bright. I don't know how that's purple gray. That's very bright. It's almost a magenta pink. But I'm just going to go in and give it a little tap. This is going to be my highlight color. And I am a true beginner when it comes to alcohol markers. I am just learning. This is only like my second or third piece that I'm putting alcohol markers on. So please forgive if you know how to do alcohol markers and you know that I'm doing something like the hardest way possible. Would you let me know if there's easier ways to put this in? Let me know. I would love to have the information. So right now that's really bright. Now let's see if this light violet and that's really dark. So I'm hoping that I can find one more color that can kind of unify between these, because I don't want to completely overtake this. This color is very dark. So I'm just tapping it in right at the bases, right where it's shadowed. Ooh, this is kind of scary, you know? When you draw something up, and then you grab a pen and you start putting color on it and you're going, ooh, really, really dark. I hope that I can find one more pen that would be a lighter. Okay, here's one. It's called Pastel Violet. That's really pink too, but it is lighter. Well, there are lavenders that are more pink, because that does not look violet to me. That looks just like a more gray pink. All right, well, I'm just going to get that in there. Ooh. These look very interesting. I hope that you're enjoying this. If you are, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends. Share any information with me, tips and tricks on coloring with alcohol markers. Please leave that in the comment section. Let's see, I'm going to use some of that brighter green that I have out here, out on the very tips. And I know that these colors do build on each other, so you can get a darker version of the color if you go back over it. I do know that. There we go. Alright, so here is a pale green light, which is darker than my green that I used before, because I want a darker color towards the base on these leaves, and to put in as shadow underneath of my flowers. There we go. Oh well. All right. So if you like this, let me know that. I'm going to go ahead and sign this right down here, I think. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, remember to subscribe to the channel. Leave me that comment and let me know if there's an easier way to do this. I would love to know. The coloring, it was fun, and I will get better as I practice. I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel and come back and check out what I do next. As always, go out, do something creative, take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. And I hope to see you back here really soon. Bye-bye.